If you have ever found yourself on the giving or receiving end of a presentation that is monotone, then you understand the pitfalls of a lifeless delivery. Fortunately, it's an easy fix. In this video, I'll share with you 3 simple things you can do with your voice alone that will wake up your presentation and your audience too. I want you to think about a piece of music that moves you, pulls you out of your chair, makes you want to take action. It might be a favorite song from your youth, it might be a movie score, it might be just a song you heard on the radio. For me, I love the score from the movie Gladiator. It just makes me want to take action. The reason music has that effect on us is music moves. If you want to move your audience as a presenter, you have to make sure your voice moves too. It's not about shouting all the time. It's not about whispering all the time. It's about moving your voice around. If you move your voice, you have a much better chance of moving your audience. Here's a simple example of music that moves. As a presenter, you want to do the same thing. I'm not talking about delivering with a sing-songy voice. I'm talking about moving your voice. Too often, speakers begin in one range and stay in that range for the length of the presentation, which makes it a very long presentation. You get my point. For the speaker, it's safe to stay in that comfort zone. For the audience, however, it's boring. The majority of the executives and professionals I coach speak in a much tighter vocal range than they realize, until, of course, I point it out. I'm not talking about shouting. I'm talking about variety. There are 3 things you want to change with your voice throughout the course of the presentation: your pitch, your pace, and your volume. Just by changing those 3 things, you will greatly increase your chance of connecting with and holding the connection with your audience. But here's the problem. Most people think they're doing that, but they aren't. Here's how to find out the truth. Record your voice while practicing your next presentation. You only have to record a few minutes. Play it back 3 times. Check each time for one of the 3 things you want to use variety with. Playback 1, listen to your pitch. How high do you raise your pitch? How low do you take your pitch? If there isn't much room between the highs and the lows, you run the risk of boring your audience. Playback 2, listen to your pace. Are you a jogger who just plods along at the same speed the entire time, or do you speed up once in a while? Do you slow down for drama? Do you pause? Playback 3, listen to your volume. I really don't care if you have a naturally loud or naturally soft voice. The key isn't talking loudly or softly. The key is moving from one to another at different points in your presentation. If you check those 3 things, you'll discover where you're strong and where you are weak. Wherever you are weak, just add more variety. Stretch your boundaries. By moving those 3 things, your pitch, your pace, your volume, you have a much greater chance of moving your audience. And not just emotionally, but moving your audience to action, which is why you're giving the presentation in the first place. So here's the action I want you to take. Take a look at the link down below and investigate whether one-on-one coaching and some online coaching with me and you could help elevate your performance, your presentations. I've put together a couple of different programs. We can customize them to your needs so that you can engage, amaze, and influence any audience anywhere. Take a look at the link down below and we'll continue the conversation. For now, the Hayes in the Bar.